أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رسولا ونبيا. Inshallah, we're continuing on. We're working forward on the Surah Al-Fatiha, from the basics also, from Alif until Baqarah is the name of this series. Learning Quran, unity, comprehension. So we are not going to do a review as usual right away, but we do have some very important first-hand or basis caveat down here, or up there, I should say. But we're going to pick off from where we left yesterday, inshallah. And what we did yesterday, or in what we did yesterday, we will find that these words now are all readable to us now. We can read the words because we know what the letters are. And when we look at this word on top, and we know that it ends here, the second word begins here, ends there, the third word begins there, ends here, and we know the fourth word begins here and it ends there, and so on. Where does the word start and where does it stop? We know that. The first word, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. This was one word. So saying it individually. Now, if we say two words together, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. So we will need to be able to do all of them together at the same time too, and be ready, because being able to say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, you put 5 words together. So never mind a big word that has 5 letters. You should be able to say it all in one breath. Now we're going to do the next ayah. Bismi Allahi Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahim. And again, these are Shamsiya words. We covered that. Shamsiya yesterday, we covered it. The 2 words together. Bismillahi Allahi Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahim. Okay. The whole. Bismillahi Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahim. And we're applying the stopping rule there. We connect this word and this word. Ar-Rahim al-Hamdu. That's how you connect. And again, this is connection on the Qamariya versus Shamsiya. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahim al-Hamdu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim al-Hamdu. That's how that would be connected. Lillahi alhamdulillahi rabbi al-alamin rabbil alamin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن الرحيم العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. Being able to connect from here directly over to here, connecting here directly over to there. Next word. Maliki. Maliki. Yawmi. Maliki yawmi. الدين مالك يوم الدين إياك إياك نعبد نعبد إياك نعبد وإياك وإياك نستعين نستعين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط اهدنا الصراط المستقيم المستقيم الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين صراط الذين أنعمت أنعمت عليهم عليهم أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب غير المغضوب عليهم عليهم ولا الضالين الضالين ولا الضالين. So now, inshallah, the best for the basics, or the best for the fundamentals. So this is Al-Fatiha now. Anyone, inshallah, interested to take the time to write it down, or just make sure you know each letter that is inside of the sentence or in the lines. Make sure you know each vowel. For example, this is a dhamma, what sound it makes. Shadda, what does it do? The hamza wasl, what is the story with the hamza wasl, the alif wasl? Qamariya versus Shamsiya, we also went over that. What is the case of the ya here? What is the purpose of the ya here? Or the case of the alif here, what is the point of the wow over here? What is it doing? Again, if you look at your chart, you will see the fatha, kasra, dhamma, which are the vowels, and you will also find alif, waw, and ya. They stretch sounds. You will see the stretching symbol. You will see small and the small waw, the small alif, and the small ya. And what they do is that they stretch sounds. They stretch the sound of the letter before it, not the letter after it. All right, so here is where we will leave Al-Fatiha, and in terms of what we were doing with it, because we were breaking it down, making sure that we knew the letters, making sure that we knew the vowels, making sure that we knew the symbols, and we learned each word separate, how it's connected, and how it connects. Very important, because if you're able to become comfortable with Al-Fatiha, which is the mother of the Quran, then you become comfortable with the entire Quran, inshallah. And that's what we're praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He unifies us through the mercy of the Quran. Okay, next is the board that we have. We already know that these are the Arabic alphabets. Everybody who says that they can read is going to tell you that they recognize the Arabic letters. That's not the question. The question is, do you know your Arabic alphabets? Can you say your Arabic alphabets just like you say your ABCs? Can you say it just as if you are as comfortable as saying your ABCs? If you can't, then you need to go over your Arabic alphabets again. Because, yeah, you can recognize, right? But it doesn't assure that you're recognizing the correct letter, sir, madam. Okay? You can read, but it does not say that, or it does not assure us that you are reading correctly, sir, madam. And one of the parents of the kids that I teach at their homes says, whenever you get confused, just say Zal. It's always Zal. Where in the world? Like, this is Quran. This is not even like a Shakespeare novel or something. Like, so actually a lot of, it's unfortunate. I mean, if you want to hear me rant about it, if you want to hear me go on about it, how people have really left the Quran, feel free to just listen into the videos on, how I really go at it. Quranic revolution, the intellectual Quranic revolution, going on right now. I mean, we really are pushing hard and forward for better education, better Quranic education for our next generation. But what we need to do, we need to go over the Arabic alphabets to where, inshallah, it will become easy and easy. So let's start. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zal, Sin, Shin, Swad, Bod, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Waw, Ha, Hamza, Ya, Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zal, Sin, Shin, Swad, Dad, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Waw, Ha, Hamza, Ya, Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zal, Sin, Shin, Swad, Dad, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Mim, Noon, Waw, Ha, Hamza, Ya. Just going to read it like the kindergarten ABCs, but we went over it that way. Try to be as clear with, again, these letters. Ha, Kha, Ain, Ghain, Qaf, Kaf. Down here. Ta, Zal, Tha, Dha, Sin, Shin, Swad. We'll talk about those more. But now I'm going to read it as if we were in kindergarten. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zal, Sin, Shin, Swad, Dad, Ta, Dha, Ain, Ghain, Fa, Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, واو ها همزة يا ألف باء تاء ثاء جيم حاء خاء دال ذال را زال سين شين صاد ضاد طاء ظاء عين غين فاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون واو ها همزة يا. Okay. Now, the vowels, because just because we know our letters doesn't mean we know the vowels. Vowel can go practically on top of any letter. And we have four different vowels. Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, and Sukun, like we covered in the first lesson. And then we have double vowels. And again, just about on top of any letter, these vowels and these double vowels can go on. So even if you recognize the letter, do you really know the sound that it's going to make because you know your vowels so well? Another question to ask a lot of people who claim they know how to read the Quran. But of course, they claim it, and then it's like, even when people say like, yeah, I know how to read, but I'm faulty at it. Like, I'm still not that good. They don't make any effort to improve and to reform their reading and their educational level. It's like they're satisfied with being at a kindergarten. I mean, at a very, very low level, although they're upgrading their law licenses, the medical licenses, the engineering things. I mean, they upgrading all of that, but they're not upgrading their Quran. They're like, Ramadan is here now. Yeah, let's do it during Ramadan. Yeah, we're going to do it because it's Ramadan. Yeah, all Ramadan. Yeah, we all in for Ramadan. Yeah. Ramadan starts to fade away, and so do they. So it's not right. But what I'll do is, again, if we have a fatha, we're going to imagine we have a fatha on top of all the letters. So this would be abata tha jaha kha da tha ra za sa sha sa da ta dha a gha fa qa ka la ma na wa ha a ya. So if that was fatha, kasra, e b t c g h khi d v r z c sh ص ض ط ظ ع غ ف ق ك ل م ن و ه ي Yi. So, at first, I took fatha and I put it on top of each letter. Then I took kasra and I put it on top of each letter. Now I'm going to take the dhamma. Take this guy, imagine it to be on top of each letter. What would happen? Ubutu sujuhu khudu dhuruzu sushu subutu dhu'u ghufuqu kulumu. So that would have been dhamma. The sukun would be the silent vowel. We talked about it in the very first lesson. We've been able to use it also. So, sukun on top of the alif is totally silent, but let's imagine it's on top of everything else. It's not completely silent, and we talked about the sound that it generates. So on top of the alif is totally silent. On top of ba, ab, at, ath, aj, akh, ad, adh, ar, az, as, ash, aus, alb, alto, adh, agh, ath, aq, ak, al, an, aw, ay. That's how it would sound. This is the sound of the letter, or the sound that the letter would generate due to the sukun being on top of it, and we went over the others. So I think this was the very important aspect of it. No one should be left without understanding the very basics. I know that there was the prerequisite, and I attached the video for the prerequisites, but I decided to go over them all over again. We have to know our letters really well. We have to be able to pronounce them correctly, and we have to be able to understand what the sound they're going to generate. If there's a shadda on top of it, a symbol of that a nature, or if there is a sukun, if there's a silent vowel on top of it, what would happen? Again, if you refer to Nurani Qaida, the shadda is in lesson number 12, the sukun you will find in lesson number 10, as well as in lesson number 8, the second part of lesson number 8. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, those of us who are believers and are wanting to be closest to Allah, may He accept it from us. Those who want to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah ta'ala make them find the correct way in doing it. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.